You know, people think that the political nihilism that I spout is for the sake of being edgy, and to an extent it is. To an extent it is just to piss people off and to troll and to treat people like shit and have an excuse for it. But at the end of the day, there's legitimacy to it. I wouldn't do something if there was no reason at all to do it, unlike many other people. And that's why I advocate political nihilism. Because people do things without any reasoning at all. And it's the most depressing, sad, pathetic thing I've ever seen. As of late, you do not hear about on the news the North Korean antagonisms, how everything is Russia's fault. Russia is behind all the problems in America and the world at large. They have just spies everywhere. They're so powerful. They're so clever. Fucking, how do I get that sweet gig being a Russian spy? Because that sounds amazing. But what I've noticed is lately all of they've shut up about that, because now there's a real issue of fucking Obamacare is going to go, it's going to go kaput. There's not going to be any Obamacare, and a lot of people are going to suffer because of it. So reality has settled in, and liberals in America are actually concerned about losing what little they have. They're worried about losing the pot they have to piss in, because they don't have anything in life. And, and I say that in an arbitrary sense because Americans are one of the wealthiest nations in the world. Certainly they have more than, some Indian guy crawling in the sewers to make ends meet. But what I mean is, Americans don't value anything. So there's no point to them having the pot to piss in if they don't even know what they're supposed to do with the pot. For example, I've noticed both on the left and the right, they both care about rights unless, with liberals it's more obvious. We care about freedom of speech unless it's hate speech, unless it's libel, unless it's bullying, unless it's a private forum, unless, with all those unlesses, why even fucking bother? Just be an edgelord like me and say there is no free speech. Anyone with the barrel of a gun can take away your free speech, and should, because you're a little heroin addict that needs the power pie of that somebody took it away from you because you were bullied as a kid and weren't strong enough, weren't smart enough, weren't anything enough to oppress other people, but now you have a big daddy fascist figure to oppress other people, be it the moderator, be it the church, be it the government, whatever, and now you can fulfill all your sicko fantasies to fucking make sure nobody gets to speak their mind or say what they gotta say or do what they gotta do or just live. That's really what it comes down to. They can't even just live, because as soon as they go to, somebody's got to step on their neck. Oh, but they're expected to go and go out there and work and be productive and reproduce and do everything that makes society function, but not get anything out of it. And see, that's just the tip of the iceberg, because fucking then liberals feel the same way about everything else. Oh, we have the right, like they don't really talk about the right, but they talk about the expression and the value of love. Love is love regardless of age, regardless of gender. Oh, how could you deny gays and the trannies and everything the right to love? Oh, the power of love. Bow, bow. And really, you care so much about love, but you're on fucking Tinder, expecting your 80-year-old grandma to be out there sucking 10 dicks, mostly Chad and Tyrone dicks, because you don't value a fulfilling relationship where two people have a monogamous, consensual, missionary position, sex for the rest of their life. Amen. You don't. That scares the crap out of you. But love, and conservatives do the same shit. I'm not trying to do this to be fair. I don't give a fuck about being fair, but I know they're gonna do it to me too. These fucking trad cons were like, women have become so trashy and whorish, it makes me sick. And meanwhile, those fucking women are taking you for a ride while you're out there busting your hump in a coal mine or in a war, dying. They're probably back home sucking Chad's dick while making dinner while taking care of the family. Oh, they're such good little girls. It's, they're fulfilling the Jesus's wishes. And it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Oh, the baby, he has the right to life. Don't have the abortion, even though you fucking find it. Kids are a financial burden, and it's a lot of responsibility. And all in all, if you're a man, you're going to have even more burden and financial responsibility, and you only have a fucking mid-century balloon to wrap your dick around because feminism has suppressed any kind of male birth control. But, the baby has a right to life. We all have the right to life. Unless you're a felon, then they have executions. Unless you're the Russian spy, and then they have, criminal warfare charges. Unless you're just poor fag and you die of cancer or something because of those pre-existing conditions. So you don't really have the right to life, but you have the right to life when it comes to when you're a fetus and can't even comprehend life and death anyway. But the moment you can actually feel that existential dread of loss and forever nothingness, then you don't have the right to life. And this is what we fucking deal with. And normies get all clingy over dumb shit and don't realize just how evil their fellow man is. And then it makes you wonder why you do any of it. Why do you even bother caring about these people? As time goes on, I find it more and more difficult to care about the injustices of the world. Whether it be the environment, whether it be, some racist fucking cop just pulls out a shotgun and blows half the head off of some, 14-year-old black kid. Those are bad things, but it stops registering in my head as something I need to get worked up about, because look at the way people are. Why should I get worked up? Why am I going to care if fucking, some little niglet that's 14 gets his head blown off, and then he's going to grow up and be a jackass that is like, well, you deserve to get banned because you're a troll. We need the moderators to do felonies and basically just be fucking Orwellian mobsters because they stopped the bullying, even though they're way bigger bullies than any fucking troll could ever be. You might have the right to this, but only under these very specified conditions, and until 8 years from now when the fucking politicians change what that means anyway. And then fucking, the environment. I really do care about the environment, because the environment is not like people. Animals are not like people. Animals are something different, something beautiful. But at the end of the day, a bad environment is only going to kill people. It's not going to kill them. Fucking the planet will survive. The planet will survive no matter what. So you know what? People can fucking swim in raw sewage. They can fucking, die with air that they can't even breathe, and water that they can't drink, and food that is not fit for a bug to eat. And, fucking they'll die, but the earth will carry on, because the earth is strong. And the earth is probably the only good thing we have. We can only base morality off the earth. We can't base it off people. People are the most immoral, illegitimate, sickening bunch I've ever encountered, ever observed. And like I said, you say that and people think you're being edgy. Oh, you're just an asshole. Oh, you're just doing it to rile people up. Guess what? I'm riled up. I mean, I'm not going to screech autistically about it, but I have no will to love my fellow man, because why? What am I getting out of it? Am I getting more of this? Am I getting more of to work a monotonous life of grinding day by day in a society that really doesn't give a shit about me at all? It does all these petty and horrible things to each other and lives to backstab one another. And I know it's not like this all over the world, or at least not to that extent, but it's not even about selfishness. It's about power for the sake of abuse. All beings just want to manipulate and exploit each other and overt their authority over each other, and I want no fucking part of it.